Hi guys, how's it going? This is a bit of a first for me. I've never done a two-camera video before, but I thought I'd try something a little bit different, something a bit for fun. I have here with me a box of imported games. I've been importing quite a few games recently, just because I've been collecting for a lot of older consoles, and at the moment the yen is quite cheap, so it's a good time to be importing. So I thought it'd be a bit fun to go through the big box that I have here, and we'll see what I got. I've got my box cutter and scissors here, so let's get into it. Oh man, where do I even begin? Let's just start with this one. So first up we have, what do we got? We have a box of Kirby Superstar for the SNES, or Super Famicom. I gotta say, I really like this box art. I really love the wood grain that they got going on here. It's like I'm familiar with what the Western packaging is like, and you know it's fine. But I'm always a sucker for wood grain. As for the game itself, I played a little bit of it on my SNES Classic, SNES Mini. I don't know what it's actually called. And I had fun, but I'm really keen to give this a proper shot and get into it. It's pretty good condition, I have to say. Like, there's a little bit of a sticker, a price sticker there. Please focus camera. Oh, there we go. There we go. But that should easily come off. Yep, there we go. Easy as. Let's have a look. Okay, so we have an instruction manual. What an adorable little manual. A lot of really just wholesome, cute illustrations here, and I like how easy to understand it is just through images alone. And then, of course, we have the actual game itself wrapped up very nicely. It looks in very good condition. I've seen some pretty nasty looking SNES / Super Famicom games, or just cartridges in general. But this one is definitely not one of them. This is in pretty pristine condition. So overall, I have to say, I was not expecting it to be in such great condition. I didn't pay a lot for it. Paid maybe about 2,500 yen all up for it, which is, I mean, for this condition, pretty good. So yeah, very happy with it. Okay, what do we got next? Okay, this one. Oh boy. Okay, we have a 2-for-1 deal here. For the Sega Saturn, we have Luna 1 and 2. Yeah, I've never played the Luna games, but I hear really good things about them. I hear they're just really, you know, classic, good, solid JRPGs. And I was debating whether or not to get them for the Saturn or for the PlayStation, but the Saturn versions I found were just a bit cheaper, particularly Luna 2. Like, I got both of these for 1,500 yen, which is an absolute steal. I mean, these are in absolutely, like, pristine condition, absolute mint. Ah, it even came with the little postcards. That's cute. So yeah, another reason why I decided to go with the Saturn versions is just because I know there are obviously exceptions to the rule, but the general rule of thumb I've found so far owning both is that if it's 2D, go the Saturn. If it's 3D, go to the PlayStation. As I said, obviously there's exceptions to those rules. One off the top of my head is... Nope, can't think of one off the top of my head, but there are definitely some exceptions. Now Luna 2 is, I believe, it's 2 discs, yeah. The discs themselves, very good condition, no noticeable dirt or scratches or anything like that. Oh, what's this? It is a map. Oh, okay. Very good. It's a map. Wow. Always love it when, you know, games have sort of extra, like they come with maps or posters or just something a little extra in addition to the instruction manual. It's always a nice touch. Particularly in RPGs, if the RPG itself doesn't even like have a world map like built into it, that's especially helpful. I have no idea if Luna 2 does or does not actually have a readable world map in it, but either way, whether or not it does, doesn't matter because I got the world map that came with this. I know they released another version of Luna later in the Saturn, Luna 1 specifically, which had upgraded quality for the FMVs, but I figured, you know, the original's fine because that other version's a little bit harder to get. Okay, on to the next thing. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, we have a Vampire Savior for the Sega Saturn, which I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's Stalkers 3 in the West. Yeah, I don't have any 2D fighters for my Saturn at the moment, which is like that feels like blasphemy. Like that's one of the genres which the Saturn is known for, and so I felt it wasn't right. I had to get at least one, and this is the one I decided to go with because I really love the general aesthetic. You know, like Street Fighter, you can get Street Fighter anywhere, but you know, even like the Marvel games. Because I know there's a lot of Marvel games on the Sega Saturn, which, you know, I definitely became a dip into. But, yeah, Vampire Savior just seems that really cool, unique aesthetic, very diverse cast of characters, beautiful animation. I believe this game takes advantage of the 4 megabyte Sega RAM cartridge, which I don't have, but I do have a pseudo Saturn Kai on the way, which has the RAM functionality built into it. So once I get that, I'll be able to try this out. I suck at 2D fighters, but you know, I'm keen to still give it a go. You know, at the very least, I can appreciate the beautiful animation. Alright, so what else have we got? Ooh, okay. I always find it really interesting, like all these sellers like pack their games very differently. Like Vampire Savior was just on its own in one of these green bags, whereas this is, you know, it's like really it's got like foam and got, you know, cardboard protecting it. It's yeah, it's just interesting. Okay, what do we got here? Speaking of, we have another Sega Saturn 2D fighter, or should I say we have two. We have the Samurai Spirits Best of a Collection, which is, it contains Samurai Spirits 3 and 4, I believe. Samurai Spirits being Samurai Showdown in the West. The Samurai Spirits games, I haven't played them, but they aesthetically look pretty unique as far as 2D fighting games go. I really dig the style. Again, another series of fighting games which takes advantage of the Sega Saturn RAM cartridges. And I've got to say, I am pretty impressed with the quality. We have not had any misses in terms of like packaging quality or cases or anything like that. They've all been absolutely, you know, like brand new basically. So we have the manual, although the manual here specifically for, I'm assuming that's Samurai Spirits 3, I can't read the full title. That does look a little like someone's maybe Yeah, maybe someone spilt something on it, but it's not, you know, it's not horrific. It's still, you know, decent. Could be a little better, but no, I'm still happy with that. The next game in it, yeah, that's an even better manual. That's pretty much perfect, pretty much spotless. Again, really keen to get stuck into those and appreciate the absolutely gorgeous animation. I know Samurai Spirits was also released on the Neo Geo, but I'm not a millionaire, so no Neo Geo games for me. Okay, next game. We have Kaze no Notamu. Notum. I don't know what the actual like pronunciation of that word is even in English. Like, I know what it means, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, this is certainly one of the more unique games, if you're not aware. It's a balloon flying simulator for the PS1. Yeah, I know, another one, right? Yeah, I absolutely adore this game's soundtrack. It is a soundtrack that I have listened to many a time whilst studying or just doing chores or something like that. And I'd say it probably has maybe my favourite PS1 cover art. I absolutely adore it. The cover is illustrated by Hiroshi Nagai, and I love his artwork. So, you know, I needed to own this just for this alone. It was only 500 yen, so, like, of course I'm gonna get it. I must admit that I'm slightly disappointed by the condition that it's come in. It's quite sun-faded, which is disappointing because you'd really, for a cover like this, want that pure white to contrast with the beautiful illustration on it. Feels pretty tough to complain given the price, but it's still a little disappointing nonetheless. Inside though, the disc looks fine, not perfect, but fine. As with the instruction manual, also looks pretty consistent with the rest of the product. Did you luxuriate in the wind? Hit me up in the comments if you have luxuriated in the wind before. Okay, we keep on going. Oh. We have none other than Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I have already played this game, I've beaten it. I initially played it a few years ago as on the Vita actually, as a PlayStation 1 classic. You know, what more can I say about the game that hasn't already been said? It's great. And I was just saying how Notum of the Wind has my favourite PS1 cover art, but man, this is a very close second. I just absolutely adore everything about this cover art. I'm very keen to play this game on a CRT because, you know, it was a great experience on the Vita, but I just feel like with, you know, how good the 2D visuals in the game are, it would look just stunning. Oh, geez, I have to say, it comes in very good condition. Ooh, we got an ad for Vandal Hearts, also by Konami. Man, they were in some kind of zone back then. They were just pumping out classics left and right. Oh, this is a interesting instruction manual. Man, look at those character portraits. That is gorgeous. I just love how we have all these characters and just death. In all caps, of course. But man, that font is gorgeous. Yeah, I am really impressed by this condition in particular. The game, as some of you might already know, in Western markets, the game is ludicrously expensive, but in the Japanese market is much more reasonably priced. I bought it for 3,200 yen. It also comes with a goddamn art book. How cool is this? It even comes with a manga at the back. That is awesome. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's gorgeous. Wow. Does the Western version come with this? I honestly have no idea. I would love to know. Oh, look at that. Man, I'm feeling that material as well. That material is beautiful. Illustrations and comic by Ayami Kojima. Very nice. And it also, if I'm not mistaken, I think this second disc is a soundtrack? Yeah, it is the Dracula Music Collection. I'm not sure what's on it. I don't know if it's just purely the game soundtrack. Maybe it's some arrangements. Maybe it's a selection of the soundtrack. I have no idea. But either way, I am absolutely chuffed to own this now. Okay, we keep on. Oh, we have a package inside of the package. And then inside of that package, we have bubble wrap. Okay, we have, from Squaresoft, we have Einhanda. Einhanda is a game, by Squaresoft, during the PS1 era. It's one of their sort of experimental games. It's a, I was going to say it's a 2D shooter, a 2D horizontal spaceship shooter, but that wouldn't quite be accurate. I don't know, because it's like, it plays like a 2D shooter, but it very much is like 3D presentation-wise. I have played a little bit of it, and I really enjoyed it, and I thought it's a great game to have in the collection. The packaging is it's okay. It's a little dirty. I don't know what's going on in this, like, the graphic on this instruction manual. I don't even know what that's meant to be. London Seire Tantedan, which is a very unique JRPG. I've played about 15 minutes or so from a ROM that I downloaded, and it's a JRPG that's set in a steampunk Victorian London where you play as a boy detective, which, I mean, that's one of the coolest concepts for a game that I can think of. I mean, in terms of budget, it's not going to compete with your Final Fantasies or anything like that, but it still seems like a very quaint, cute, creative little JRPG, which I'm keen to try more of. The price on this game, I found, ranges quite a bit. I found it can be as much as sort of 6,000 yen to as low as 3,000, so it ranges a little bit. But some very nice illustrations in here, actually, I have to say. Yeah, it's very quaint. It's made from quite an interesting, like, papery material. I don't know if they're going for something there, but it feels a little different compared to most other manuals. When hometown was the very your world, it was the only one you knew of as a child. Remember the carefree days of muddy shoes and hide and seek. Come and relive the memories of fun and excitement with nostalgic adventure game. Okay, well, how could I pass up an offer like that? Okay, we have a box. I have no idea where I put my box cutter. There it is. Okay, something a little bit different. So, we have, firstly, a copy of Space Harrier for the Sega Saturn. I mean, what more do I need to say about Space Harrier? It's Space Harrier. It's personally not my favourite Sega arcade game, but at the same time, I still like it. It's still a good time. I find when, you want a bit of an arcadey shooter, maybe you spend 10 minutes or so playing it, this hits the spot, really. This is part of the Sega Asia's collection. So Sega released a whole bunch of their standalone arcade games on the Sega Saturn. Supposedly, like, just absolutely stunning ports. Like, I'm very keen to get Outrun, since Outrun is one of my favourite Sega arcade games. However, it's a little pricey. Definitely, well, I don't know if it's the priciest Sega Asia's game, but it's definitely up there. It's not cheap. The manual for this is very small, but then again, I don't really need. It's a pretty simple game, so I don't really know what more you need to say about it. Interestingly, you can use like a flight stick with it, I guess. It's pretty interesting. Has all these ads for all the other Sega Ages games. Ooh, this disc definitely needs some cleaning, let me tell you. I wouldn't be surprised if I put it in and it would work totally fine, but I would definitely give it a bit of a scrub just in case, because it's not great. Although, I have to be honest, I only really bought this because I was looking for the Sega Saturn 3D controller, and Space Harrier just so happened to come bundled with it, and I was like, I managed to get both of them for 3,000 yen. I'm like, well, yeah, of course, that's a bargain. Yeah, this, I believe, is like kind of the predecessor to the Dreamcast controller, and you can kind of tell, actually, I really like how this feels on the hands. I really like the triggers on the back. It's good. Yeah, I like it. Apparently, this sort of controller is pretty like transformational for things like Nights into Dreams. I think that's actually the game that it was made for, and a couple of racing games are really good with it as well. So I hear. So I'm keen to try this out. I don't know if all games are compatible with it, but you know, I'll try. There is a little bit of yellowing to the controller, but in general, I'm not too worried. The main thing is that it still feels like pretty clean. The buttons feel very tactile. The D-pad feels good. The analog stick feels good. Triggers feel good. Start button feels good. So, you know, that's all I really want out of a controller. I'd like to take a moment to just really say how much I appreciate the Sega Saturn's like plug-in playness. Whatever peripheral it is, you just bang it into the front of the system, into the controller port, and away you go. That's it. It's as plug and play as you can get, and I really love the simplicity of it. This is actually the Dreamcast controller and the 3D. Is that what they call it? A 3D controller for the Saturn? Yeah. And you can sort of see on the back, like it's sort of got a very similar shape. They're both, yeah, even just looking at that shot, very similar shapes. I might actually like the 3D controller better than the Dreamcast controller, to be honest, but maybe that's just me. Okay, not too many left to go. Whoa, okay, what's this? It's got an ad. Someone just they just shoved the game in like an ad. Well, I might keep this just to, you know, collector's value, I don't know. Okay, so we have from Polyphony Digital, we have Mega Boost, which is, it's a, as far as I know, it's like a 3D spaceship shooter. And I've always sort of been curious to try it because, you know, it's Polyphony Digital, and you know, I love Polyphony Digital for the Gran Turismo games, but it'd kind of be cool to see what else that they've done. Is this Polyphony's only non-racing game? I get the feeling it might be. Yeah, in the West, I know I've seen this for about $60 and $90, but I bought it for literally 1,000 yen. The O is kind of meant to be, is that like meant to be a planet? Maybe, I don't know, you know, because it's like set in space and stuff. I don't know. Okay, lucky last. We have none other than a Super Famicom game, Super Metroid. I mean, what can I say about this game that hasn't already been said? It's in really good condition, I gotta say. I wasn't expecting it to be in this good a condition. I would say that most of the games in this batch have been, like, spot on when it comes to condition. They feel really good, really well looked after. Okay, yeah, I mean that cartridge is gorgeous. Instruction manual, it looks, that looks, you know, I've used the word before, but mint. Oh wow, I really love all the creature illustrations, that's awesome. Yeah, cool. I have played Super Metroid before, you know, so as I said, what more do I need to say about it? It's a classic, it's great. I will say that this is, you might not expect this, but this is almost certainly the most expensive game in this whole batch. It's very easy to find, like there's heaps of listings for it, but every listing for it is quite, like, considerably expensive. So this was 6,000 yen all up, and that is actually like pretty cheap. I've seen this game, you know, in, you know, really good pristine condition go for upwards of 8,000, 9,000 yen. So yeah, it's, I guess, really sought after despite how common it is. But at the same time, I can understand why, because, you know, it's a great game. So these are all the games that I got. There are, how many in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 games all up. So I'd say that's a pretty good haul. I'm really keen to get stuck into all of them. I hope you liked this video. It was just something I, you know, wanted to do as a bit of fun, wanted to share my excitement at unboxing them, talk about them a bit. This is very much an improvised, off-the-cuff thing for me. I've never done a video, like, to camera before. So, yeah, I might do another one, depending on how I feel this turns out, because I'm almost certain this won't be my last batch. I mean, it might be, you know, a couple months, you know, a month or two before my next one. But, you know, when it comes around, maybe I'll do something. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hope you have a good day, and I'll catch you around. See ya!